What's going on, guys? How we doing today? So, what was the odds today? What was the? Does anyone know what today's lines were for sports? If you don't know, it's okay. My name's Isaiah, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about Johnny Avila and the Win Sportsbook. So, before we get into that, what is a sportsbook? Well, sportsbook is a company that accepts bets on anything from a sporting event to a horse racing, and it's also a person who bets on who accepts bets on sporting events referred to as a bookie. So these are the people who sends the payouts and collects the money. Today I will be focusing on Win Sportsbook, and I'll give you the short details about what makes them so important and special. First of all, Win Sportsbook opened in 2005, and it was just newly renovated in 2017. What makes this different from other sports books? First of all, when you step in, you just get a good feel of energy because of their bright red sports book. Different from other sports books. First of all, when you step in, you just get a good feel of energy because of their bright red sports book. Second, once you step in, you see a 1600 square foot LED TV. That's huge. You won't miss any plays. You'll catch every action for all the main events of the night. Also, there's also a bar in the middle of the sports book where it's easy accessible. You're able to, once you put your bets in, you sitting down, you can go get yourself a drink. You bet a certain amount, you can get free drink vouchers and whatnot. And lastly, it seats about 200 people. There's not too many sports books that you'll see that there's a bar in the middle, and I think this is like very huge for Win Sportsbook because it attracts a lot of attention. Also, a big thing about the Win Sportsbook, it offers online betting, or it gives you an app. You can get the app to bet online. Can you imagine just sitting down in the sportsbook and you want to do live betting? You want to you see someone score a touchdown, you see someone score a basket, you be like, oh, I want to bet on this team now. It's huge. This is just a picture of what the Win Sportsbook looks like. As you can see, there's a bar right in the middle, and on top of that, you can see just all the huge LED TVs. You see that they have the Win More mobile sports app where you can place your online bets and whatnot. Also, on top of that, you don't even have to bet on just games. You can bet on horse racing, anything you can think of. About a few years ago, um, you were able to bet on Super Bowl prop bets, probably one of the biggest things to bet in. And now it's getting to the point where anything you can think of, you can put a bet on. Today, I will also be discussing about Johnny Avelo and why he's so important. Well, first of all, he joined the gaming industry in 1979. He's going to be a Vegas legend. He's the director at Bally's, Sands, and Las Vegas Hilton, and he's now the current director of sportsbook for DraftKings. But Isaiah, I thought you said he was a legend. Why would he leave Vegas? Well, he didn't leave Vegas. He still lives out here. He actually signed a contract with them saying that he's going to work with them, but as he's working, he's going to be stationed in Las Vegas. Pretty dope, huh? Working at home. What exactly did DraftKings do? Don't worry, I'll explain that to you later. And this is why. DraftKings is another sports betting app or another place you can do sports betting, but you don't have to be in a sports book as you do the bet. You can bet online, you can go on your computer, your phone. You know how big this is? You can just be at home watching TV and putting your own live bets in. At home? Where do I sign up? On top of that, how many of you have a phone? Can you imagine how accessible this is? And on top of that, putting such an impactful person on the market, such as Johnny Avello, where he chooses their picks, the odds, the numbers. It's huge. Lastly, what did Johnny Avello do, and how did he impact DraftKings? Well, DraftKings is moving worldwide with sports betting. Johnny Avello was one of the first people to do betting options on the VMAs and all of these TV shows. Obviously, right now you can't. Obviously, right now you're not able to do that in casino in Vegas, but soon you're gonna be able to bet on Oscar wagers, such as who's gonna win what, who's gonna win what category and whatnot. And on top of that, it wasn't just Johnny Avello who signed in with DraftKings. It was also Kunovic and Maliski, both also good legends for Vegas. What was the impact of Avello moving? Well, when Sportsbook used to offer the Derby Future Racing in 2018 before Avello left, and now since Avello left, Wynn is not offering that sports racing anymore for the Derby Future Pool. Now, also with Avello who left, you also have the option of opening the sports betting app in New Jersey, and it's spreading in the East Coast. I just recently went to Chicago, and I went to the Horseshoe, and I seen the difference of how big Vegas is ahead of the game compared to the East Coast. And can you imagine how big the market is in the East Coast when it does become illegal? Sportsbooks are now in progress of being legal in the East Coast, such as New York. When New York, all of these other places become legal, imagine how big sports betting will become then. When it'll take a toll on Vegas's market, it'll also take a toll on all these bookies. New Jersey made $3 million for just online betting alone in the month of August. Can you imagine how big that was and how impactful Avello made on them? In 2018, DraftKings made a revenue of $14 million. That's all I have for you guys today. You have any questions? Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Dang, that's tough. Rivers really threw a pick. Hey Scott, you put your bets in today? Who'd you take?